Welcome to the Redirect Podcast. My name is Abigail Freshley.
And I'm Emily Rojas. The Redirect Podcast is a show where we shift the conversation back to books. We discuss themes from some of our favorite books and how those themes relate to our real lived experiences.
On today's episode, we're checking in. Did we accomplish our 2024 goals? What are our 2025 goals? And we're going to help you reach your goals by talking about the best resources to help you on your reading journey.
But before we do that, there are a few simple ways you can support us if you love the show. First, we'd love for you to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere else. That will let you smash 5 stars and let us know that you love the show.
You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Redirect Podcast. And if you really, really love the show, you can share it with a friend. Everyone's setting great resolutions and goals for this year. Reading is a part of what helps keep us sane and sparks joy in our lives. And we would love to help build a community, build up our community of people who find a lot of joy, peace, and rest in reading.
We've already wrapped up or closed down our gift exchange by the time you're listening to this, but I think we have thoughts for more ways to connect with you guys and connect you with each other in 2025. So stay tuned and share with your friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
So
how'd we do?
How did we do on our goals? So just like before we get into the conversation about goals, it's okay if you don't meet your goals. I feel like we live in a society that really like we can derive our value on our performance and
Sure.
like what our output is. And we don't need to do that. That being said, I did reach a lot of my goals, but if you're listening and you didn't reach your goals, that's okay. You're not a failure. You're not a failure. Goals are aspirational, and it's about the journey, not the destination.
Yeah. And the whole point of goals, like to me, what I'm reminding myself, talking back to myself, the point of goals in reading, especially like in your life, whatever, do whatever you want. But to me, the reading goals are because you think you're going to enjoy the goal. Like I want to read a certain number of books because I know I like to read, and it's way better for me mentally than, scrolling or watching TV or whatever. Like it makes me happy. So the point of setting the goal is to make myself happy. And if I end up not being happy or forcing myself to do it, then that is defeating the whole purpose of the goal. So the goals are there to guide you on your journey towards a happy life, not to stress you out.
And I feel like it's just something that's worth saying because sometimes especially like in the online reading community, there's like, well, I'm a real reader because I read this many books.
Oh my God.
And like, there's like reading a lot of books or reaching your goals is not a value statement.
Yeah.
It doesn't you don't increase your value by it doesn't make you a better person because you read more books. Like,
right.
Reading is just as valid as other things. There's a lot of benefits from reading that you don't get in other hobbies, but like the same can be said for the other hobbies that you could be doing. Like I could be getting a lot of value if I was working out all the time that I do that I'm reading or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. And I think like also speaking of that, I forget sometimes like when you're too online, when I'm like, oh, I read 50 books this year, in real life, I expect people to be like, oh, that's okay. Like, you'll do better next year. But when you're in real life, people are like, oh my God, 50 books. I think I read like 1 book last year. So you just have to, comparison is the thief of joy. But I do feel like, especially in the online reading world, you're like, 50 books really did not feel like a lot. But that is a lot compared to most of the population. So just, whatever you're doing is fine. Whatever you're doing is fine. Don't compare yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Totally.
Yeah.
And this podcast is for you, even if you only read 1 book this year.
Yeah, or none. Let's get started.
Or
read
like
your first book.
85 fan fictions.
Now hang on. Savannah, slow down.
Hey. Okay, so my 2024 goals, I have been on here 2 years in a row saying that I didn't have a number goal. However, after my first year of not having a number goal, I smashed any expectation that I had about how much I could read. And so in my head mentally this year, I did have a goal of reading 100 books. I am on track to do that.
Slay.
I'm halfway through my 95th book, and we're recording this on December 5th. So I think I'll be okay.
There, for sure.
But my main goals were mixed. So one of them was to read more classics. I didn't do that because I started it and it was boring. Then I got really into Wolfstar fan fiction.
As you should.
Yeah, Jane Eyre or Wolfstar. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I got a little caught up on that. I did read more graphic novels for sure. That was another one of my goals. I totally crushed that. I read probably about a dozen this year.
You recommended several in here, so that's obvious.
Yeah, and they're easy and quick to read. So if we're trying
one goal feeds the other goal.
Exactly. Exactly. It's clicking. And then I had to read more translated works. I think I read like 2. So that's more than 0, which was the year before. So that was an improvement. But yeah, I guess it technically met the goal, but it did not meet the spirit of the goal. I wouldn't say. Like, the spirit of the goal was that I would expose myself to books that were translated from other languages.
Sure.
Like a lot more. I technically met it, but I did not spiritually meet it. And that's okay.
We're getting there. And maybe next year. Okay. My goals for 2024 were, for the second year in a row, which I have now officially abandoned, I wanted to do Storygraph's 2023 Read Around the World Challenge. And we were talking before off the air. And I think my problem was I pre-bought the books to meet the challenge. Some of them.
And sunk cost fallacy.
At least one of them was a nonfiction, which I still do want to read. And then 2 of them were like kind of depresso books. And I have just not been in that mood this year. This year has been the year of fun books, to be honest. Most of my books were fun and happy and light. And that's okay. So I officially left that challenge, but I do still want to read those books when the mood strikes me to be depressed again. I will get back into them. But I've abandoned that challenge. And I did have the goal of reading 50 books, which I have surpassed. And I set my bar low because if you remember, if you were here last year, it was a bit of a struggle to meet my goal, and I didn't want to have another failed attempt, which is what happened last year. So I tried to be realistic, and I'm at 60, I think 62, and I do feel like I can get to 70 by the end of the year. So that's kind of my new mental goal, is like, can I get to 70? We'll see. But
you met your technical goal.
I met my technical goal. And
so do you feel like you're going to up it for next year?
I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I don't know.
Pros, cons.
I know. I feel like I need to. I feel like I can do better, you know?
What if instead of setting an annual goal, we were just workshopping this here, you set a 6-month goal, and then
I like that.
At the end of the 6 months, that's when you really determine your year goal. So you could double whatever you did at 6 months.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Let's say that, like, that way you don't fail your yearly goal, you just fail the 6-month goal.
Yeah.
So like if you do a 6-month goal of like 40 books.
Yeah.
Then it would be like, oh yeah, I could do 80. That. Or if let's say you set the 6-month goal of 40 and you only reach 30. Yeah. Well, you could still set another 6-month goal of 40. And then you're at 70 again.
And we're still there. Yeah. I like that. Okay. That's my new plan. I'm going to do a 6-month goal of 40, try to go for 80. I do feel like the back half of the year I've been reading a lot more though. So I feel like I'm in a good groove. And also I did have the goal. It just came to me that I was going to get a library card this year, which I still haven't done. So that's a fail. That's a fail by me. Hold me accountable. I had every intention of going.
I can't believe this.
I know, it's really bad. It's really bad because I'm mooching off my mom, but it's gotten to the point now where now
technically you are still using library.
I'm using the library.
You're not buying, like, I would be more mad at you if you were
I'm using the
library.
Books. No. I'm using the library. I have my Audible, I have my Spotify, I have I have Hoopla, I have Libby. I've got it all. We'll talk more about those, but I haven't gotten the library card yet. So that's my new goal. Now my grandma's also on my mom's account, and
Oh, great.
the vibes are off. So I need to get out of there and make my own account.
You have no excuse, really.
I have no excuse. Also, my mom told me the word on the street is that the libraries in my county lend out puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
And so I need to get more information about that.
Yes. Yes.
Anyways, so that's another goal for maybe I still have time. Like we said, it's December 5th as we're talking. So if I do that by the end of this year, you guys can applaud me.
Yeah.
Those are my goals.
I love that.
Those
are good goals.
Thanks. Okay. What are your goals for 2025?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm just going to stop pretending that I don't want to read 100 books again.
Yeah.
Because now that I've done that, I'm like, even if I don't set it as a goal, I think I'm going to be disappointed if I don't do it again. So
be honest with yourself.
I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try to do it again. So that's one of my goals. I think another one of my goals is to tap into library resources and the reading community more. So I do use the library a lot. Obviously, I use ebooks from the library and audiobooks from the library, and occasionally we'll pick up, I'm picking up, oh my gosh, this isn't a total aside, but over my holiday break, I'm planning on teaching myself how to can food.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
Homestead.
And so I rented a couple books from the library about like canning.
That's awesome.
Physical books I'm very excited to go pick up. Another thing that people don't talk about a lot, that you can rent cookbooks from the library.
Yes.
Obviously,
someone
that's like
mentioned doing
thing.
that on Libby, and I was like, I have never thought to do that. But why? Why have I never thought to do that?
Why have I never thought to do that? I could just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did. I got really into, like over the summer, I was like on an homemade ice cream kick.
Yeah.
Cause summer, obviously great time for making homemade ice cream in my ice cream maker. And, so I got hella ice cream recipe books from the library.
Yeah. Why not?
It was great.
Yeah.
And then I loved one of them so much, I ended up buying a copy. But this is another thing that's beautiful about the library. You can try it. And then if you really, really love it, you can buy one.
That's true.
So anyways, but not just like the library resources. So like what I mean by library resources are, for instance, at my library, you can rent like, zoo passes, or national park passes and things like that, tickets to museums, stuff like that, but also like community events and classes. Our friend of the podcast, Hannah, who works at an LA County library, her library is not close to my house, so it made it difficult to attend, but she organized and hosted this like peaceful puzzling at the library where people came and quietly puzzled together.
That's really cute.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so anyways, other like things like that. Also, like when it was really, really hot this summer, I needed to get out of my house and do some like more powerful air conditioning. And so I did some co-working, or I did some like working from the library.
Yeah.
And I want to do that more because it costs $0. You don't have to, you can't buy anything there.
Yeah.
So I want to plug more into library resources. LA Public Library is amazing. And so I want to tap into that more. And also like broader reading community. I would say like I'm want to tap in more to things like community reading events that are going on Storygraph or in different servers in Discord. And, participate more in like community book drives or something like that. I don't know exactly how that looks, but I have a great love of reading. I want to build more community this year. And so I'd love to find ways for that to merge.
I love that.
And then my last goal for 2025 is to try and significantly reduce my reliance on corporations for reading. So, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Target, Walmart, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, rigidity is never helpful. So like, I probably will still do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
But, as much as is possible and feasible, when I can't rent something from the library, or if I want to purchase something, that I do it through an indie bookstore or thrift books.
Yeah.
Or use one of the great tools that we're going to talk about to accomplish that.
Love that. Slay. Well, I already said my goal was going to be 40 books for 6 months. So let's stick with that. Get a library card, number 2. Those are great ones. And I think I don't know. I go back and forth. I think I would really like to be a part of a book club near me. So that could be a good goal. You know, I'm alone a lot because Eric travels a lot for work.
One?
I've thought about that, but I'm like, is that too much of a commitment to start it? Should I just try to join in on something, try to find one? Yeah. But I do feel like I have a good house for hosting, so
you do.
I gotta go back and forth. So let me brainstorm that one and see where I end up. But I feel you on like getting into the reading community more. I feel like I want to be more in conversation about books besides with you. No offense.
Yeah, and I think specifically I want to just do a big asterisk on this and be like, being on like Book Talk or Bookstagram doesn't count because I feel like that can be really competitive or like, you know, like emphasize consumption. I mean, like actually building relationships with people around reading.
Yeah. Yes. Heavy on the consumption.
Yeah. Heavy on the consumption. Like, I think that to me in my body makes me feel exhausted.
Yeah.
Like that feeling of like, I just got done with the endless scroll and I was told to buy like 24 things.
Yeah.
And now I feel like if I don't have them, there's like, I don't have everything I need. And it's just like, just let's be conscious of that.
Yeah, totally. Agree.
Let's be aware.
Here, this is a safe space. We go to libraries here.
Like, ask yourself, like, do I really need... I feel like that also, not just about books, but I'm just going to get on my soapbox for a second.
Get on it.
About, like, beauty products, anti-aging products.
Mm-hmm.
It is an exhausting to be a woman who is starting to age. Mm-hmm. It is an exhausting, never-ending treadmill of things you should be doing and ways you should be looking and things you should be buying.
Yeah.
And it's like, be a career woman, but also be like the ultimate homemaker and like totally accept your body and like be totally about like wellness, but also look perfect.
Yeah.
And like, don't get plastic surgery and don't get filler, but look like you had it.
Yeah.
But do it all in an organic way. Like, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah.
Like, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to lay naked in the sun like an animal. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Like, not literally, but like, my dog doesn't give a shit about anything. She's just like vibing.
Yeah, they don't know that they're gonna die one day.
Just like
to be unburdened.
Have wrinkles and cellulite.
Yeah.
Just get off my ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
That feels so good to say.
Again, this is a safe space.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay. Well, Emily, before we talk about like tools for helping to reach goals this year, as we reflect on last year, do you want to take a trip back in time and think back on some of your 5-star reads from this year?
I would love to. So the first thing, I cannot go without saying that this was the year of fan fiction for me, which I thought was last year with PETA's games. This took it to a whole new level. I just finished a fan fiction today. That's not what I'm here to talk about. So at least half of my books that were 5 stars were fan fictions. I'm just going to go through quickly, just read the ones I rated 5 stars. These are the ones I counted as books.
Can I press pause on you really quick?
Please do.
I saw this hilarious TikTok today that, you know, that it goes around every year, but the kid, and he's like at Thanksgiving with his family, and he's like, and sometimes I just go so deep in my heart. And like the older siblings are like trying not to laugh at him, but it's really funny.
Yes.
Someone was like, me talking about AO3.
That's so real. And if you're like, what are you talking about? Well, like, good for you.
Hold on.
You know?
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, if you don't know what we're talking about, then good for you. Like, you're a mentally well-adjusted adult.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Okay. So just to be clear, I only counted the fan fictions I read as books towards our reading goal if they were substantial, you know?
If it felt like reading a book.
Yes. 2 of these were longer than the Bible. So I feel like I get some credit. Okay. First is Sweater Weather. That's a hockey romance fan fiction. So good. Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal Be in Love. Can't wait to read.
Wait. Is that what ship is Sweater Weather?
It's Full Star.
Oh, amazing. Okay, great.
It will change your life, respectfully. I want to get into hockey now. Okay, this one I can't wait to read. The author's actual book is coming out next year, so I can't wait to read that. The Cadence of Part-Time Poets. That one's 4,400 pages.
Ordeal this year?
Yeah, that was this year.
Wow.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All of the Young Dudes. It's quite a lengthy one. We've talked about it. Manacled, another long one. Her book will also be coming out in 2025.
Hey, pause on that really quick. Did you see that Senlin Yu has a new
Did I see
Dramini fic out that's Omegaverse?
No, I didn't see that it was Omegaverse. Oh my god.
Like, you can run, but you can't hide. Eventually, it's coming for you. You thought that you are getting caught by the Omegaverse monsters.
I don't want to be, but I am. Okay, Blends, which was a coffee shop. Hey, you. Crimson Rivers, which is a Wolf Star Harry Potter Hunger Games fan fiction that's longer than the Bible. All the Young Dudes series perspective. And I think that's it. That's all the ones I counted as books, and they were all 5 stars because I give all fan fictions 5 stars because they deserve it. Okay, the Heartstopper books I read for the first time this year, those are all 5 stars. I don't need to say more about that. We've did a whole episode on it.
Yeah.
Funny Story by Emily Henry. We also did a whole episode on that. So go listen to it. That's 5 stars.
One. I can't wait for her new book.
I can't wait. I was just scoping
this is
it out
how I'm going to be
year.
breaking my Amazon rule is that I'm going to want to read it right away. So like I feel like that's when I'm going to break the rule about
that. Is the only time I order stuff off Amazon because they do get it to you the day it comes out or around there. Other places just can't do that, you know, especially if you do the ebook, obviously.
Yeah, especially when we want to talk about it on here. Like sometimes my beloved indie bookstore, their pre-orders, sometimes it takes a while to get to them because
I know
the distributors give them to the big box stores first.
Yeah, it's just tough. Yeah. This year I discovered Alison Cochrane. Thanks to you. And that was a 5-star. Here We Go Again. That was a 5-star for sure.
Aww,
that book was so good. Also, the pairing by Casey McQuiston, that was drugs. Straight up.
I can't even believe the experience of reading that.
Me either. I think about it all the time. Respectfully.
I also think about the food they ate in that book, like more than you would think. Like,
yeah.
I really think about that food and wine a lot.
Yes, because I feel like it's like the platonic ideal of what you would think you should experience on a trip. Like outside of the romance, if they just had written a travel guide with all those things, I would be like, that is exactly the European vacation I want. Do you know what I mean? Okay. The Celebrants by Stephen Rowley. Oh, talk about a downer.
Another rec for me. Wow.
That was another rec from you. I have a lot of your 5-star recs. Yeah. That book was so good. I also think about this one all the time. I tell people about this book a lot. If you don't remember, this is where like a group of friends agrees to get together when one person needs it and throw them like a living funeral. And it's meant to like celebrate them while they're still alive. It kind of starts as a joke and then it becomes very serious. It's very emotional and touching. But yeah, I talk about this book a lot because I'm like, that's friendship. Like, I don't know. It's just showing up for people, telling them what they mean to you. Like, it's so important. I finished the Brown Sisters trilogy this year. I read Act Your Age, Eve Brown, which was my favorite, I think. I don't know.
Really?
I think it was my favorite.
Oh, I'm so Dani Brown.
Yeah, I think that was actually my favorite. I don't know. This one, I liked Dani Brown as a character, I think, more, and I liked the 2 main characters, but this one was just really fun, and like I just enjoyed the setting a lot of Eve Brown, like the little cottage like B&B vibe. I really liked.
Yeah, I just need her to keep writing more and more and more. I've read a lot of her like less popular books, and they're all so good. Like even the least good of all of them is still like really good.
Yeah,
I really like her.
Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. I think I've talked about that on here, but That was just such a good book. I always liked her as an author, but this book was like the first one I'm like, oh, that was 5 stars. Smash. Also, I just talked about these two, but Listen for the Lie and Conclave, 2 5 stars.
Yeah, of course.
Chain Gang All Stars, that was a really good book I read this year. Were you going to read this?
I don't think it's the right. I think when you told me about it, I was like, it's not the right time.
No, you have to be in a very specific mood for it, for sure. And maybe now is not the right time.
Yeah.
General vibes of the world, or maybe a very apt time. But that one was really good, and I will definitely be thinking about it for a long time. And then the last one is The Will of the Many, which is another rec by you. And I was just thinking, I bet that the second book in that series is coming out soon. So I think it's time for people to read that if you haven't already. It was so good. That's another ending where you're like, I know a book is really good when I immediately Google like ending Reddit or like I'm on Twitter trying to find people talking about the ending. Although I'm post Twitter now, so I'm on Blue Sky trying to find talking people about it. When you just like desperately need to talk about like what happened and the ending of the book. That's how I felt reading this book. I was like, I need this.
I feel like people are like very, very swiftly moving to Blue Sky now. Like it was a slow trickle for a while, and now there's like a lot more people in there.
There is, it seems, and it's fun over there. So, okay, this says it's coming out May 6th, 2025, expected.
Okay, well, we'll be doing an episode on it.
We will. And the last one, I really liked Emma Albin's series, Don't Want You Like a Best Friend and You're the Problem, It's You. Those are both really cute. I would say Don't Want You Like a Best Friend. No, You're the Problem, It's You, which was the second book in the series, I liked better. So I probably would.
These were all 5 stars?
Those were all my 5 stars.
I feel like you are so much more liberal with the 5 stars.
I think I am because I'm so vibey with my reading that it's like if it just hits the right something in me, I will round up probably. Like I would say The Mischief and Matchmaking, maybe those weren't necessarily a full 5 stars. Some of these might not have been, but if it just hits me, if it makes me feel something, to me 5 stars, I mean, we talked about this a little before. To me, 5 stars is just like, I will not stop thinking, or I'm going to keep thinking about this, or when I have to recap this a year from now, I'm still going to remember what happened because it made a really big impression on me. It can be a big range of like quality, I think, but it's more like, what impact did this make on me is how it gets from a 4 to a 5.
Yeah.
So
of the 95 books I've read this year so far, I have far fewer. So I think like for me, the last little quality is like, this really just feels like it's going to stick with me. I'm going to think about this a lot.
Yeah. My average rating on Storygraph is 4.28 stars.
Okay. Yeah. You're a high ranker.
I am. I just like, first of all, I read what I know I'm going to like. And I often get recommendations from you or from other people, like creators I trust or people in real life that I know I'm going to like it. And I know what I like and what I don't like. And, yeah.
What did you rank Bride?
I think it was a 4.5 or a 4.
I rated it 4.5.
I think it was a 4.5. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously? I'm telling you. Okay,
it was good. I told you.
One day we're going to do an episode on like book, like love interests that we are in love with. Yeah. To me, Bride is 4 stars, I think. I have it on my 4 stars. But that's my favorite male lead of a book I've maybe ever read.
Wow.
But it was a 4 stars. So I don't know. I'm just a vibe. I don't know. I can't define to you why I do 4 stars.
I think it's so hard to come up with a TBR and really stick to it. I feel the same way. I'm very much going to be like a vibe reader. So.
Yeah. So.
Okay. My 5 stars this year. Starting off strong in January, I read Leave the World Behind with Rumaan Alam by Rumaan Alam. Yeah. That's the book about a COVID-like pandemic.
So fascinating too, because that was one of my first books of the year and that was a 3-star read for me. I did not like it. It's funny.
Really liked it and it stuck with me a lot. Just the way that we live in a community, like when shit hits the fan. That's really stuck with me and I've thought about it a lot since reading it. Let's see. In February, I read Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I talk about this almost every other episode. I think about this book all of the time. I saw it on and in the airport recently because November was Native American Heritage Month. And yeah, I thought about buying a physical copy of it because I just love that freaking book. All right, let's see. In no more 5 stars until April, I rated Emily Henry's Funny Story, just like you, a 5-star. And then in May, I rated, gave 5 stars to How to Fall Out of Love Madly by Yana Kasali. Talk about that a lot too.
Yeah.
But every woman should read this book. Then in June, I reread the Hunger Games series. Still 5 stars.
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
They are.
I know. In August, I read All the Young Dudes. That was 5 stars.
Obviously.
And also read Conclave, 5 stars.
Absolutely.
In September, The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. Talked about that quite a bit. I read that, and then that was 5 stars. And then the book right after that was The Will of the Many. You also ranked 5 stars.
Slay.
So that was back to back. And then the book I read after that was 4.5, but that was My Sister, the Serial Killer, which was really good. Then my last couple in October, I read The People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. That will stick with me forever. And I also read We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. I really think you should read that over Christmas. It's a really great Christmas book.
Okay. I'll think about that.
And then Be Ready When the Luck Happens by Ina Garten, which I included in our holiday gift guide. And that was my last 5-star of the year.
Wow. Amazing. You are more stingy. Maybe that should be my goal in 2025 is to be more stingy because then my 5 stars will mean something.
I have quite a few 4.5.
Yeah.
You know, that I was like, oh, I really like this, but I haven't thought about it as much since.
Yeah.
I also rate a lot of things at 4. So I feel like, there's just this almost indefinable quality that separates a 4.5 from a 5. And the 5 is going to be like,
maybe that's a good plan. I should do that.
I love this so much. I would buy the physical copy to have in my house.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that about a lot of books. I need to chill. I wanted to also say, just to show you guys how vibey this year has been, let me look back. So this year, my top genre by a wide margin is romance.
Yeah.
That has never been me. I have never read so many romances. Part of that I think is your influence. Last year,
I have a bad influence on all of my friends. That is, if you want to be friends with me, prepare to be influenced negatively.
No, it's positive. Because last year it was like contemporary thrillers are my top 2, and then romance. So it was moving up last year. But that's just been the vibe this year. Like I want to be happy. That's why I haven't done the Read Around the World challenge. I have read 0 nonfiction books this year. 0. I don't want that in my life. 0. To escape. I've never done that before either. Thriller and mystery are like so far down the list. Mystery, I only read 7 mystery books this year. Like you
didn't read any memoirs this year? That counts as nonfiction.
No.
Really?
I was not in the mood. I wanted to be happy.
Okay.
And honestly, most memoirs aren't that happy. So I didn't want it. And we didn't book club any this year. I guess those were all last year. So we need some celebrities to come up with some new juicy memoirs because I did actually very much like reading like Spare and Britney Spears' book.
Yeah, that was.
But all of that was last year. So that's just different. Like the margin is enormous. I read almost 40 romance books out of 62 for the entire year so far. And I don't see that changing. Maybe I should throw in 1 nonfiction before the year's over to balance it out, but not likely.
Yeah, romance, I'm looking on Storygraph, is my top genre.
Yeah.
Contemporary and historical. And then coming in a 4th is LGBTQIA.
Yep. That's my number 3.
That makes a lot of sense to me. And then thriller.
The fan fiction, that weighs it down. The Heartstoppers, that's padding that number a lot for me because I read all 5 Heartstoppers.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Almost all of the fan fictions. I I read 14% of the books I read this year were nonfiction. I feel like for me this year, I did the opposite of you, where like last year I read almost no nonfiction, and this year I really upped that.
So maybe that's my journey for next year.
We'll see where the wind takes us.
Yes, we'll see. So it's been a fun year. I will say, like, literally last year I was so beaten down, honestly, by life.
Yeah.
And by my reading goal, not meeting it. And I feel like this year has just been I've had so much fun reading this year and talking about it on here and talking to people in real life. Like, more people in my real life, I guess, which isn't that many people, know about me doing this podcast. And so people want to talk about books more in the real world. Yeah. And like, it's just fun. Like, I love talking about books and giving people recommendations. It's just nice. So
yeah,
let's keep doing it next year. It's so much fun. I love to read. All right. How are we going to do that next year? What are our goals? What are our tools? How do you accomplish your goals of reading 100 books a year, which is amazing?
The main thing I would say is this goal of like, okay, I don't even want to say about like reading. Like it's not realistic for most people in their lives to read 100 books a year. Sure.
That's fine.
So like, let's say your goal, let's work off the goal of like reading 10 in a year. Okay.
Yeah. I love that.
I think that like if you're trying to read 10 books this year, like it's gonna make it easier for you to not have to buy them. Like, especially like, I think a lot of people, some people really do like only reading physical books.
Yeah.
But I think some people just think that about themselves because they haven't really given e-reading a real shot.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do a huge investment, buy a refurbished Kindle. Get on Facebook Marketplace. You can find one for like $20. It's not like a super high tech situation or like a Kobo, or I think that's what it's called. Kobo. It's just like, I don't know, whatever. A Nook, like, or just read on your phone, or your iPad or something. So I would give that a shot. We'll always preach that audiobooks is reading, and that counts. So the first thing I would say is like, open yourself up to the possibilities of having easier and quicker access to books. Because if you're like totally relying on like having the willpower to get in the car, drive to the library and browse aimlessly for a book, it's going to be so much harder for you to reach your goal. Yeah. I feel like for me, going to the library, like I need to go into the library with like a mission of like, these are the books I'm looking for, or these are the authors I'm looking for. Yeah. Or I'm just placing something on hold at the library and then picking it up. Library resources that you can get on your phone. You can get the Libby app on your phone, where you can borrow ebooks that you can either send to your Kindle or read on your phone in the Kindle app on your phone. Mm-hmm. You can also download Hoopla, which has access to lots of free audiobooks and ebooks. And even some like TV shows and movies, I think. Yeah.
And like music, I think. They have a lot of stuff on Hoopla.
Yeah.
It's underrated.
It's great. And you need to have a library card. That's how you get into Hoopla. You use it comes with your library card, most library card memberships, or most libraries. And then, if you are like, all right, there's a book I want to read, but it's a new release. So the waiting on Kindles from a library is going to be really, really long. And I really want to order this book. I would encourage you to order from an indie bookstore. And if you don't know which one to order from, and you want to just do it online, you can do so by going to bookshop.org, which is a way to buy new books online from independent bookstores. But if you want to read a book that's been around for a long time, and there's probably like 1 million copies of it, I implore you to go to thriftbooks.com and find a gently used copy of the book you're looking for. When we read Wicked for this podcast, I found like a $5 copy of Wicked from Thrift Books.
Yeah. And mine's in great condition. It's also a $5 copy.
Really great condition.
But I've never gotten, sometimes you'll get like former library books on there, which is the one downer, but I've never gotten like a bad condition book from Thrift Books. They've always been like
normally
decent.
You can see a photo of the book where it's pretty reliable on like the quality. I bought a former library book this year. I didn't know it was going to be a former library book, but it was in really good condition. It just has a weird barcode on it.
Yeah. Something else too, I think a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of libraries will do book sales pretty frequently.
Yeah.
A lot of them do them like once a month, and they'll sell books for like $1 or 50 cents when they're trying to clear out backstock. That's a good way to get cookbooks too. So yeah, like hit up your library sales if you see one of those. They can be a very cheap way to get physical copies of books. They might be older books, of course, but still.
And if you're looking for a great way to share some of the books that you love, but you need to free up space in your home, you can go to littlefreelibrary.org/map and find the closest little free library to you. Or if you have a house, you could make a little free library and register it with the website. And that would be such a cute way to build community of people sharing their books with you. I feel like, yes, little free libraries can sometimes suck. But you put in what you get out. Yeah. And I feel like, for instance, I started putting puzzles in my little free library that I was done doing. Then people were taking them. And then other people started putting puzzles in there. So now I've gotten puzzles back out of it. I started a trend. People are loving my little free library down my street. So that's a cute way to, I mean, obviously that's going to be like, you're just going to be surprised by what's there. Yeah. But worth a shot. Yeah.
Check it out and bring books to them. Like you said, it's a good way to encourage reading in your community. So
yeah, I got a book from the Little Free Library sometime this year. And in the cover, someone wrote her Instagram handle and was like, I would love to see how far this book goes. Like, connect with me on Instagram and let me know if you like this book. That's just like such a great, wholesome, pure way to build reading community.
I love that. That's really nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
what else?
Yeah, I mean, just like on that community beat, like join a book club, like find a community book swap. Like I went to an event last year that was like, it was just a community book swap. People brought them, put them out on a table. There was like cookies and lemonade and stuff. Like,
cute.
Either start those things or find those things. And donate the books that you are done with to people who would love to read them and who might really enjoy them. Opt out of the systems that are not serving you. Like we said, like social media, Book Talk, Bookstagram. It can be a place that really takes the joy out of reading because it makes you feel like a failure if you haven't done it in a certain way, or if you don't have floor to ceiling bookshelves that are like stocked with books. Like, this is about rest. This is about like resisting systems that have sucked life and joy out of us by making the rich extremely rich and the poor extremely poor. Yeah. Not to make this political, but like it low-key is like, resist the need to perform and simply enjoy.
Yeah. And I'll say, like, speaking of opting out of like Book Talk and stuff, I feel like be thoughtful about who you're following, because I have found so much happiness in, like, if honestly, it sounds mean, but if people keep coming up on your TikTok that aren't like your vibe, just block them. It's not mean. And follow the people whose opinions you value, who are talking about things you care about, who aren't like influencing you to buy things you don't need, but who are just, like, if you want, I love following some creators who give really good recommendations, but it's like, they're not people who are recommending me freaking Colleen Hoover or ACOTAR, no offense. They're people who are on my same page, and, like, just be thoughtful. Like, you don't have, like you said, you don't have to follow everyone just because they have like shiny new books and floor to ceiling bookshelves, like Abigail said. You just follow people that you like and who agree with you, and then you're getting in what you're putting in. You're getting out what you're putting into it. Exactly. And if it doesn't help you to follow anyone, then don't. You don't have to be on Book Talk to be a good reader.
Yeah, just like I don't know if anyone. Did you watch this season of Bake Off?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember? Spoiler for Bake Off, if you haven't seen all the episodes yet, skip ahead 15 seconds. Do you remember when Nellie got voted off, or she lost or whatever?
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm on here not to show my kids to win, but to teach my kids to enjoy.
Yeah.
that legitimately made me cry.
Yeah.
I started crying and I was like, yeah, this is about enjoying.
Yeah.
I just want, like, if you're in the sound of my voice,
every head bowed, every eye closed.
Every head bowed, every eye closed. And if you're in the sound of my voice, hear this.
Yes.
Capitalism has stolen your life away.
Yeah.
It has stolen the joy from your life and has told you that your value is tied up in your production and how much you can produce. Mm-hmm. You are worthy of rest simply because you exist. It is our divine right to rest and enjoy. And you can do that however you want. And you don't have to, like, don't quit reading. Sometimes I feel like people quit reading because they feel like they're not the best at it.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know how to read the right book or like the right number of books, or like, I don't want to share my love for reading because I feel embarrassed by how little I read. Like, that is not what this community is about, for sure.
Yeah. Facts. I feel like also, if you feel like, I quit reading in college because I was only trying to read things to like make myself a better person or flex on how smart I was. Like, I only wanted to read nonfiction, self-helps, memoirs, or, you know, like thoughtful books by people I thought were inspiring. And like, that's all great, but that made me stop reading altogether. And when I started reading freaking like fiction, and like you know,
you reached your reading goal this year, and part of that was because you got sucked into the beautiful relationship between two gay wizards who are up against the most incredible odds.
That's true. I said I didn't want to be depressed this year, but by God, did I read some depressing things? Did I cry my eyes out at AO3? Another great tip, by the way, to get off our soapbox and have more fun, you can read fan fictions on your Kindle. It's very easy to export them as an EPUB.
Well,
you can send them to your Kindle. That's how I read so much this year, and it's so much easier on your eyes. And like, then you can have it on your phone. You can have it on your Kindle. It keeps track of where you're reading. So if you want to get into fan fiction next year, it is very easy to do on your Kindle. I recommend it highly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it's just have fun. Like I don't know. I saw this comment on a blog today, and it honestly did change my life too. This lady said, I tell my kids or something, I think she said, or my saying is like, I am living life for the first time, which means I have to give myself grace because it's my first time. And I also have joy because it's my first time and my only time. So it's like, yeah, give yourself grace if you're not reading perfectly, and also give yourself joy because this is your one life and you should have fun.
Yes. And like, there is a lot of shit in the world that sucks.
Yeah.
And this doesn't.
Yeah.
And so like,
don't make it suck.
Like,
yeah,
don't make this suck too. Don't let them make this suck for you. Like, just have fun. Like, community is what we have. Community care is what we have. We're trying to have a little fun community here. Like, sometimes I don't like people even knowing that I have a book podcast, because they're like, oh, you're this like reader. Like, it's not even about that. I'm just like trying to survive. Yeah. Like, I'm trying
it's
to
just fun.
Wake up and be like, I have a fun activity to do later. Like, it's that, it's like that basic. It's not that deep.
It's not that
deep.
Don't
anyways,
let it be that deep.
Share our show with a friend. Sharing our show with a friend is the best way. I'm excited now for 2025 and reading.
Me too. I think we're going to have so much fun. And I don't know. We're just going to have fun. That's what it is. I think it's just about having fun and being happy. And my brother is a brewer, and he always would say, if you drink a beer and you're like, I don't like beer, he will always say, you just haven't had the right beer yet. And I feel like that's what I say to you. If you say I don't like reading, I think you just haven't found the right book yet. I assume if you're here, you do like reading, but if you know someone in your life, I think really everyone can love to read if they just find the thing that sparks joy for them. So let's do that in 2025.
Yeah. All right, you guys.
Wait, have you read any books recently? Because I have. Right. I really want to talk about it.
Right. I forgot about that. Yes, in fact. But let me just go turn on the lamp because it's getting really dark in here. 1 second.
Please do.
All right, I'm back. So this recently, last few weeks, I have like I have been reading my first Ellen Hilderbrand series ever.
Okay. Slay.
I first became aware of Ellen Hilderbrand is the queen of Nantucket. She's the lady who writes all the beach books about Nantucket. I would say like she is probably far less problematic than the person I'm about to compare her to.
Sure.
But she feels like less problematic, better Nicholas Sparks, but woman.
Yes. Yeah. Like she has her niche and she pumps
his
him out.
niche is like coastal North Carolina. I think that's the thing that's most similar. And again, this is my first series of hers, but I have a feeling like characters from different series cross over and are like referenced in different things because it's all in Nantucket around the same time period.
Yeah.
I've picked up on that a couple times where like she'll reference like side characters in the book and it's like, oh, that sounds like it was probably a character in a different series of hers.
Yeah.
So anyways, I've been reading the Winter Street series by her. This is like her holiday series. It's basically just about this family that is like a unconventional, like, blended family type situation that owns the Winter Street Inn in Nantucket. And the vibe I would say is it's like less painfully awkward Family Stone, where it's like the adult children all have like a bunch of stuff going on in their lives and they're coming home for Christmas.
I love that.
And like it's told through multiple points of view. There is drama. One of the sons is in Afghanistan. The other one is like maybe going to prison. Like it's very dramatic.
She's got a lot of drama in her books.
Yeah, it's very dramatic. And the end of the book is a cliffhanger.
Oh,
and then
so
then it's Winter Street, Winter Stroll, Winter Storms, and then the last one is Winter Solstice. And I'm halfway through Winter Storms.
Wow, there's 4.
So I would say it's like very dramatic, but at the same time, it's like almost so dramatic that it feels not dramatic. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to feel, it's so dramatic, but it's not going to feel stressful to you.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like, oh, this is an intriguing winter in Nantucket holiday book. And like every book is a different consecutive Christmas on Nantucket.
Oh, so it's years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I kind of love that. I got to get into this.
I think you should get into it. The
checking
audiobooks are good too. I've been doing like a blend of them.
Nice.
But like I get it. I think I get her. And I think I knew what she was going to be going into this. Like I was like, oh, this is going to be like almost kind of like a Kristen Hanna or like what's her face? Anne Patchett.
Yeah.
Jodi Picoult kind of vibe. Like this is what I was looking for as like for like a holiday series. So
yes.
Yeah, get into it if you're looking for something to read over the holidays. Dramatic, but not stressful.
Ooh, it's available on Hoopla. Instant. It was like a 12-week wait on Libby. Anyways, Ellen Hilderbrand, like I got super into her, one of her series. When I first got my Kindle, I like stumbled into it. It was the Trouble in Paradise, I think is the first book. And that one actually takes place in the Florida Keys, I think, or the Virgin Islands. Somewhere down there. So it's like a departure, but it's very similar. Like there's
most of them are on Nantucket, right?
Yes. So this was her one vacation. I think she might have a couple others down in that area. But yeah, it's like the mom has drama, the adult siblings have drama, and like there's
she
all
loves
kinds
like
of
a
stuff.
domestic, like
multi-generational. Yes. But like it's still somehow cozy.
Fun. Yeah, it's so cozy vibes.
Okay, I read a lot of books lately. I'll try to go fast, but I want to talk about them. First of all, I read two of the Under Mistletoe books. Which ones have you read? I've seen you read some of
great.
these.
I have read Cruel. Have I read? I've read 3. Cruel Winter with You, Allie Hazelwood.
I read
Only
that
Santa's
one.
in the Building, Alexis Daria, and All by My Elf, Olivia Dade.
Okay, I read Cruel Winter with You and Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey. And they're really cute.
I will say the best one of the 3 I've read is actually Only Santa's in the Building, Alexis Daria.
Okay, I'm going to put that one on my next. These are so fast to read, by the way. So please
like 2 seconds.
Pick them up.
Respectfully, I would skip All by My Elf
Okay.
And I gave Cruel Winter with You 3.75.
Okay.
And I gave Only Santa's in the Building 4.5.
I gave Cruel Winter with You 4.5.
Okay.
I thought it was cute. I liked the childhood friends. That's just like, I just am always going to like that. So it was cozy. It was cute. And then Merry Ever After, I did 3.5. It's about like, it was weird. It was like I realized after reading this, I've never read Tessa Bailey, and I don't think I ever will. But
here's my issue.
Yeah.
The first Tessa Bailey book I read was it was a Christmas novel of hers called Window Shopping.
Uh-huh.
And unfortunately, the male main character is like, he's this guy who owns a department store in New York. And he's like Southern and he wears bow ties and he's described as having and I quote, bubble butt, unquote.
Okay, this guy kind of too.
So I need her to chill on that. And I just, unfortunately, he gave me such an ick in that entire book. And I just...
Look, we've talked. That's how I felt about
not trust her.
The guy in this one. Also, the female main character was a single mom, and there was multiple romantic entanglements where the baby was like she didn't like what did they do with the baby? Like, is he in the other room?
Unchaperoned.
It was weird. So I didn't like that part, and it was very like, oh, I'm a helpless single mom, and this big ginormous like Southern farmer guy came to save me. I
think she's a thing for like Southern farmer guys.
I think so. That's like with Allie Hazelwood, we talked about her thing. I had to censor it out of this podcast. But sometimes you're like, I know too much about you from the way you're writing your books. I need you to diversify what you're describing here, because it's starting to become like, why are you saying the same thing so much? You know? I read 3 great books, I think, as well. 2 you recommended to me. 1 I'm going to recommend to you because I think you would like it. So let's start with the ones you recommended to me. Number 1, I read A Lady for a Duke, finally. You sent this to me like 3 years ago.
OMG! OMG.
It was so good. It was so good. Oh my God.
It was so good, right?
You're like, talk about like childhood friends. Oh,
so as emotional. A reminder, if you haven't listened to this podcast for a full like 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
A Lady for a Duke is a historical romance. It's like childhood love, but also it's like reconnection, because it's childhood friends, but one of them is a trans woman. Mm-hmm. And she comes back into her friend's life and he doesn't know who she is at first. Mm-hmm. And, I will say, like, trans people have always existed. Trans people did exist in the Regency era.
Yeah.
You have to suspend your disbelief a lot.
A little. Yeah. A lot.
To be like, oh, her friend / love interest is like totally going to be
very
like, cool
chill with this. Yeah.
And have almost zero questions about this at all.
Yeah.
However, like, that is nice because it doesn't center the like trauma of that and like coming out to your friend. It's more like depicting the real true love, you know? So
yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I like exactly what you said. In the like reader's guide, the author Alexis Hall says, I didn't want this book to be like exactly what you said about the trauma of being transgender. I just wanted to write a Regency book with a transgender main character and have it just be about like their love. And so that's what it was. There's one part where I forget the guy's name. What's his name? Like Merryweather, or he's a Duke. Like the Duke. When the Duke of Gracewood, Justin, he's like, I didn't want to kiss my best friend though. Like, you're Viola. I love you. And it's not like, I don't know. It's just so nice. Like, yes, you were my best friend, and now you're that still, but you're something more. And
you're more you.
Yes, you're more you. I see you for who you are now. And I'm sorry I didn't see you then. And like, I thought the only reason it wasn't 5 stars, the pacing was a little off, because at first I was like, okay, how long are we going to keep that they don't know who each other is? And then there's some weird jumps, but I really liked this book so much. So much. It was so cute. Okay, then I read The Husbands by Holly Gramazio, which you just talked about. Okay, this was weird. Me and my mom both were talking about this because she also read it, and I was iffy on if she would like it. I liked it. I think she thought it was weird. I thought it would be like and she did too. We both thought it would be like a couple husbands. It's like hundreds of husbands.
Uh-huh.
I liked it though, because honestly, I think if you like this book or not will depend very much on your worldview. And this very much aligns with my worldview, which is just like to make a decision and be happy. And like you sometimes have to just commit to your life and be happy about it. Uh-huh. But if you're like the person who's like, oh, there's like one true love for every person, maybe you wouldn't vibe with this book as much.
You'll get frustrated. You'll
be frustrated by it. But I really liked it. I thought it was like a fascinating. Well, at first you're like, actually, this would be such a fun way to like date, because you just skip to what your life would be like when you're married. And that's how you find out if you would want to be with this person. But then you're like, oh, this is actually a horror story. Like, this is also a nightmare, because you're stuck with these people. Known. Yeah. And you don't know what's going on, and your life can be horrible. It can be good. You can fall in love with someone and then they can go up in this attic and disappear forever. And I just thought it was a very interesting, very well-written book, like a thought experiment book that was fun.
Yeah, and at the end, it's, you know, the moral of like, okay, life is what you make it, and like you get to choose your happiness.
Yeah. And I think also like you could be happy with any number of people, or you could be miserable with any number of people. And like, you know, I don't know. It's interesting.
The idea, like this ideal of like this perfect thing that's waiting for you is just fake.
Yeah, it's not real.
That's like, it's less about like anything could work, because I don't know if anything could work.
Yeah.
But like if you're waiting for perfection to be happy, you're never going to be happy.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was trying to say. Better.
Yeah.
Like any number of scenarios can play out and you could be happy, and any number you could be unhappy. There's some where you're always going to be unhappy, you know, like, but yeah, it's like what you make of it. Okay, this is what I'm going to recommend to you. I think you would like it. It's called Say You'll Be Mine by Naina Kumar. And it's like a fake dating. It's so cute. So it's Meghna and, you know how I am, Karthik. They are both Indian American, and they kind of end up together in this. They both submit unwillingly to the like Indian matchmaking experience, if you've watched that show, of having their parents matchmake them. And neither of them is interested in an arranged marriage. Karthik does not want to get married at all. So he's going along with this to like appease his mom, but he adamantly does not want to get married. And Meghna does want to get married, but she's like in love with her ex-boyfriend and best friend, Seth. And Seth has asked her to be the best man in his wedding, and she needs a date. And Karthik is like, hey, let's get fake engaged, get our parents off our backs, and you'll have a date to this wedding. You know, you'll be with me as my mom is bothering me to get married, and in a few months we'll call it off, and that's it. Mm-hmm. But of course, they're gonna fall in love. Of course. This book was so cute. I read it so fast.
I placed it on hold.
It was just so like I just found it, like it was available immediately. I wanted to read a quick romance, so I picked it out, but it was so surprising. Like these two people, so it is like the miscommunication trope of like they won't just have this conversation, but I felt like there was very legitimate reasons why they wouldn't have the conversation, which made it more enjoyable than just like fake obstacles. Like it felt very authentic. And their love for each other just felt really nice. And like, I don't know, I just felt like you really went through the whole process. It's dual POV, so you get both their perspectives. You felt them falling in love with each other, and you felt them like finding reasons to fall in love, and like seeing the good and the bad of the other person, because they're not trying to be together. They're just trying to get through this weird situation together and then falling in love anyways. I just really liked it. And I thought there's some like just fun little family dynamics, little side stories. It's very cute.
Yeah. So. And, you know, a chance to learn more about Indian matchmaking culture.
Yeah. It was really fun.
It's on hold.
Tell me if you like it, but I did think you would like it. I really enjoyed it. So those are my
As I'm looking reads. Here at my holds, since I put this on hold, I also saw that there's something else I put on hold, and it reminded me about another book by this author, which I would like to recommend to you in this holiday season. It's called Time to Shine by Rachel Reed. Okay. And it is a holiday gay hockey romance.
Say no more.
I think you'll really like it. It's really cute.
Look, I've been wanting to read more hockey romance, but I fear them because I read Sweater Weather, which is a fanfiction, but it was so good and so like such good hockey content. And I feel like all these other hockey romances are so stupid. And I want a good one. You know,
this has hockey content. It's about teammates, and
that's what I want
in Canada. And like one of them is like veterans, like star of the team, and the other one is like brought up from the minor leagues because someone else had an injury.
Yes,
and they end up being roommates for a while. While
oh my god, they were roommates.
I know.
Okay, I'm in. You need to read Sweater Weather. Just
okay,
saying. Join me.
I probably will. I have lots of aspirations
one day
for reading like over my vacation.
Yes. Okay. Bye, you guys.
This has been a great episode. Okay. We'll see you guys next year. All right. Bye.